All right. Technical difficulty there, but hello, 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 hello. It's another glorious Wednesday. And you know what time it is, children. It's time to get your tea and crumpets together because you are dishing tea with Big Meats, honey. Hey, my tea sippers out there, how are you in Blog Talk Radio Land? Thank you for your love and support. I really appreciate you for joining us. Tune in now. If you want to get in on the conversation, I encourage you to call 347-205-9183. Once again, that's 347-205-9183. The chat room is open, so all of you who want to go over in the chat room or the tea room, you are more than welcome to go over there and start your conversations. I want you guys to dish tea respectfully over there, okay? I don't want y'all bickering and carrying on. We can agree to disagree. Just do it in love and in fellowship, okay, in the right spirit. I love that. Okay, as we continue to move forward, let me put my disclaimer out here right now. This show is for mature audiences, and the language and subject matters are not appropriate for children or anyone who is not mature to handle the subject matters. Your listener discretion is advised. Once again, your listening discretion is advised, okay? Let me say hello and a shout out and thank yous to all of my sponsors who are supporting Dishing Tea. We're starting with Trade Day Management and PR firm. At Trade Day, enjoy a touch of Southern hospitality with a universal appeal. For all of your public relations and entertainment management needs, contact Travion Davenport at 678-523-3088. Once again, 678-523-3088, or email her at tradedaypr@gmail.com. That's Tradeday, TREADAYPR@gmail.com. We also want to take time and say thank you to Pharaoh's Treasure Box. Fine art, unique jewelry, and sensational 3D silk floral arrangements. Creations by Taps. For all of your decorative needs, contact Pharaoh's Treasure Box at 248-688-5178 or 5179, or email them at pharaohstreasurebox@comcast.com. Pharaoh, PHAROAHSTREASURE, box, BOX, at comcast.net. Also, thanking you for coming on board. This is Parisian Wine Productions. Parisian Wine, music to lighten your spirits and lift your soul, specializing in gospel, inspirational house and dance music. Production or for product information, please contact Paris Hairston. He's the CEO at Paris42268@yahoo.com. Once again, Paris42268@yahoo.com. Also thanking C-Train Productions. You are aboard the right train for all of your entertainment needs with C-Train Productions. Omar Casserly is the CEO and founder for all of your entertainment, producing, and production needs. Contact Omar at www.ctrainproductions.com. Also, I would like to take time and thank Life Fellowship of Christ Ministries. Live in freedom everywhere, LIFE, life. Reverend James Coleman is the leader and founder of the Ecumenical Social Justice Ministry, brought forth to free the oppressed and introducing a fresh approach to the Christ consciousness. For more information, contact Reverend Coleman at mustardcole@yahoo.com. Once again, mustardcole@yahoo.com. He has his services are being held at the Woodbridge Estate Clubhouse every other Sunday at 4106 Supremes Drive, Detroit, Michigan, 48201. Services start at 12 noon. If you want further information, you can call 313-833-9278. Once again, 313-833-9278. Also coming up very, very soon, I think it's this weekend, we have Pharaoh's Treasure Box is going to be a special guest there's a fundraiser that they're doing, and they're shopping for Christmas. This Shop for a Cause will feature many local artists and vendors. This is a fundraiser for Haven, a nonprofit organization that provides shelter and counseling for victims of domestic violence and domestic and sexual violence, that is. There will be a bake sale, chair massages, games for the kids, raffles, and more. Come and get your holiday shopping done and support a great cause. The cause, once again, is to help benefit Haven. There is a $2 admission, which will go towards the organization itself, and that there is how you're going to give your support. And plus, they're going to have a lot of vendors, a lot of time there for you to understand what this is all about. Again, I'm sorry, this is going to be November 14th, 2009, from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Mount Hope Congregational Church, located at 30330 Schoolcraft Road. This is Livonia, Michigan. For more information, you can contact them at 248-259-1697. Once again, 248-259-1697. Admission, again, is $2, and you have all the vendors there that will give you all the wonderful Christmas shopping ideas and needs, and you'll be supporting a worthy cause. So I thank you for all of that information, okay? Govern yourselves accordingly to the announcements. I felt that. Anyway, we're going to press forth. Today's show is entitled, It's a New Day. And the reason I entitled that, because my guests that are on the show all are groundbreaking guests in their fields. We're going to start with the People's Network. And I want you to take the time to understand the People's Network is relatively it's a relatively new organization here. It started here in Atlanta, and this is a entertainment medium where they specialize in making film shorts and working with other artists and actors and producers to come together to bring forth good quality products. Currently, you can catch their webisode called Money, Power, and Respect on YouTube, and it's a fabulous, fabulous program. If you like Dynasty and the Colbys and all of that kind of stuff, it has that kind of flavor to it, and you can catch it up on YouTube at any time. In fact, they've just concluded their first season. So in order for us to learn more about that, I want you to welcome to the Dishing team. This is one of the founders. It's a husband and wife team. Here is the wife, honey, who I'm told is the voice and the power behind it. So says her husband, Bobby. Welcome to the show. This is Renee Peoples. Hey, darling, dish your me, baby.
Hey, thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Renee?
Hello?
Yes, darling. Honey, that's your cue. Come on in, baby.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. How you doing today?
Honey, I am everything, and everything is me. Just making it happen, baby. Making it happen and making it do what I say it's going to do. You hear me?
All right, that's what I'm talking about.
So we're going to get things moving right along, honey. I want to start with you explaining to the audience, honey, exactly what is the People's Network and your goals and your purpose.
Well, the People's Network, we initially started the People's Network with the actors in mind. There are so many different actors that we wanted to work with. We were, at first, the People's Film Company, but we both decided that we're not just a film company or a production company. We are also a network, and it's about building careers and branching out and reaching out to different actors, producers, directors, different things like that. What else would you like to know? Did I answer your question?
Okay, she paused. She said, Okay, so in being this network, what has TPN produced? And give us a list of your work and the body of work that TPN has, so folks can get an idea exactly the seriousness of what it is that you're doing.
Okay. Well, starting off with our latest film, which is For Thy Love 2, which was written by my husband, Bobby Peoples, and it was directed by me, and it speaks about domestic violence from the aggressor point of view. Also, we have Power Respect, which is also known as MPR, And it speaks about a wealthy family who have a lot of drama. It speaks about family issues, just different things going on in this particular webisode, which is the one that you said that they can catch on YouTube, as well as they can join tpn1.com and watch the webisodes from there. We have For Thy Loved One, which were in the stores, Walmart, Blockbuster, different stores that you can find For Thy Loved One. And it sold over 50,000 copies worldwide. And for it to be first really out there, that was pretty good for us.
All right, for worldwide, honey. Okay, now worldwide. Go ahead on. So you're no longer national, you're international now. Now that's hot.
Yes, and we're also producing another movie, which is an African film, which is being distributed. We're working on distribution over in Africa. So, and it's about the pursuit of the American dream. That's the title of it. So that will be released here in the U.S. sometime in December. So we have a lot.
Wow.
Yeah, we have a lot.
Yes, my darling.
Yeah, so.
Oh, wow. Okay. Now, I heard you say, okay, now you directed and Bobby wrote it, but I also know that you write as well.
Yes.
So, is that your passion? Do you have a passion over one or the other, directing or writing or acting or whatever, or is just the whole package for you?
Well, if I have to choose 1, 2, and 3, it'll be directing first, acting second, and then writing third.
Okay.
Yeah, because I like to take someone else's vision and make it come to life. If I can put myself into what they wrote and bring it to life, that's the best thing to me.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you like birthing the baby.
Yes.
And molding the baby. Okay. Okay, now on that particular premise, with wanting to direct and molding other people's work, does TPN only work on your own original projects, or do you offer or solicit other projects to come into the fold?
It's kind of iffy right now because we have so many babies in our belly, as if you want to say it that way. We're pretty much producing our own work right now, but probably coming up in the next year or so, we will be looking and reaching out to other writers who want to have their movies or webisodes or whatever produced. We will probably be looking for other work, but right now we're working on our own because we have those things in hand, so yeah.
Oh, all right. Okay. See, and that there, a lot of people, may try to shun that, but when you have stories that need to go out, especially when you have an avenue for it and you've created an avenue for it, a lot of people don't understand, as an entrepreneur, what that means. And in saying all of that, have you guys been receiving a lot of the shade or whatever from other entities or whatever, or other organizations that may not have been so friendly to you? And if so, how do you overcome that and press beyond that?
Yes, we get that all the time. But my husband, I learned this from my husband. I've learned to shake a lot of things off by watching him. Me, I hold a lot of things personal and dear to my heart. But I've watched him just smile and keep going because he knows where his blessings come from. And I just had to learn. I can't worry about what other people say and what they do. If they would get off of what we're doing and just share some positivity in their own life, they wouldn't have to be worried about what we're doing. They can move forward and focus on their thing and let us focus on our we laugh about it and we pray about it and we keep it moving.
Okay, well, dig that. I ain't mad. I ain't mad at it at all because, we all know, as an actor, I'm an actor and I'm a writer and all of that myself, and we know what this business means. And then breaking through is always a challenge because you have so many naysayers out there. Then you get those who act as if they're on your bandwagon and actually there to sabotage it. And, you have to weed all that out. So it's a lot of strength. And now that you guys have had press, I read the article outlining that you guys are the first online broadcasting network here in Atlanta, and possibly the entire country. You know, when you guys were finally able to get that title or someone recognized that, what did that make you feel, and what does this mean for you?
Actually, it made us feel really, really good because that was the whole objective when we, like I said, it was about bringing up new actors, and then we wanted to become a network, and we wanted to do it online. Right now, we're broadcasting through YouTube, but hopefully next season of NPR, it will be exclusive on TPN Network. So, yeah, so it made us feel really, really good because that let us know that our work is not going in vain. We're doing what we said we're going to do, and we keep pressing on to keep making things happen. So.
Okay. Now, are you expecting the copycatters to come up and quote unquote steal your formula, or want to be the next TPN to bump you out the way? You know how we talk. I'm going for your job. Are you expecting the copycatters to emerge?
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, we welcome that. We don't, it's enough room out there for everybody, especially on the web. It's enough room for everybody. And if someone want to come out and copycat or whatever the case may be, fine. Maybe we can learn something from them, and maybe they can learn something from us. I just believe that if all of us come together, strength is in numbers, so if all of us come together, we won't have that copycat problem. We can just get Atlanta up the way we're supposed to.
Okay, dig that. Okay. Well, and speaking of learning from one another, I know your husband has written a book about filmmaking and all of that. Are you able to tell us a little bit about what the book entails and how we can find that book?
Absolutely. Okay, I can tell you a little bit about what it entails. Basically, my husband wrote this book because he has so many people to be calling and emailing him asking how did he do this and how did he do that and just different questions about the industry. So he said, okay, you know what, I'm going to put it all in the book. I'm going to put it in the manual. And he broke it down to where an actual 10 or 11-year-old child can pick up the book and read and know exactly what he's talking about and do exactly the steps that he told them to do. And that's why he made that manual. He's not stingy in his information. He wanted to share the information, but sometimes he just don't have time to answer all the questions that come at him at one time. So now when people call and ask him questions, he say, hey, why don't you go ahead and get my book, which the book can be found on our website at tpn1.com as well as Amazon.
Oh, wow.
And the book is currently $20, and they have all of his different tricks and different tips and different things like that, and getting the movies out there and getting them sold. And right now,
good. Okay.
Right
so
now
TPN1, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, right now he's working on part 2 of the book because there's more things that he's learned. So the more he learned and the more he do and come in contact with, he's going to share.
Okay. So I'll say I like that. So as the blueprint gets more developed, then then he shares the blueprint, teach you how to read the blueprint. I like that.
Right.
I like that a lot because and in this industry, information becomes power, and a lot of people who have information don't want to share information, and it becomes an uphill battle because in folks not wanting to share it, folks end up becoming hardened and it just becomes a whole bunch of shade in the mess because, for actors looking to get on a set and may be new to the game and don't know exactly what to do, then those who have the information don't tell them what to do. It becomes a vicious catch-22. So I like the fact that he's willing to share information so that folks will know how to conduct themselves on with projects and on the set and this, that, and the other. So I applaud y'all for that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, you have to get kudos because as African Americans and doing your thing, we don't see that a lot, or we see it done haphazardly. It's only done on the chitlin circuit or whatever, and that's fine because the chitlin circuit has its audience and it has its place. But when we're looking to go beyond that into a mainstream society, I think that with what you guys doing as being labeled as the first online broadcasting network, that is huge, particularly being African-American owned and operated and all that. That is huge. And I have to applaud you for that.
Thank you.
I have to applaud you for that. Now, recently there was controversy between with Spike Lee and Tyler Perry.
Mhm.
With all of this, what Spike has called coonery and buffoonery
Mhm.
in black cinema and black art and carrying on. TPN addressed that issue or actually had any thoughts about that issue with not wanting to fit any of the stereotypes or not wanting to succumb to the masses of doing quote unquote what they think is black theater or cinema.
Well, we have a lot of different views on that. I just think that Spike Lee and Tyler Perry just made it just that harder for black filmmakers to come into the business. Because you know who owns this business, and to see us, acting a fool among these prestigious filmmakers, it just make it really, really hard for us. We don't want to fall into the black-only film business because we have a diverse of actors. So we don't want to fall into, we only make black films, we only make, films to go towards the black audience. That's not what we want to do. We want a wide variety of films. But I just think, I don't know, I don't want to pass judgment on Spike, but me, myself, I can see straight through what Tyler was saying. I've seen his message. If you can get his message in his movies, then that's all that counts.
Exactly.
And so, Spike, he has his own little personal issues with Tyler for whatever reason. But I applaud Tyler Perry for what he's doing, and he's not letting Spike stop him. He keep it moving, keep putting out movies.
Right. Now, that's interesting, and I posed that question because as a filmmaker, I'm glad that you said, and I find it interesting that you said that they set the precedent to be much harder for those to get into film. Do you think that our mainstream counterparts are only seeing us as these buffooneries and all of that, or do you see us just having to fight that much harder to be more serious? Or compete for the more serious roles?
Absolutely. We have to fight just that much harder. We have to up our craft. We have to constantly keep learning. This is a learning field. It's not, you can't just stop at one thing. We just have to keep pressing, keep learning, keep gaining the knowledge that we need to gain, because it is hard. It is hard for us to get into this market. If you look at television today, how many black see on TV? How many black programming networks do you see? You know what I mean? So that lets you know that it is very hard, and when we do break into the field, sometimes we kind of forget where we come from. So I just hope that, with that being said, somebody can come in there and break up this whole stereotype that we have as black filmmakers and show that we can come together and make things work and make things happen.
Okay. Now, in saying that, and wanted to have a wide variety of audiences, I noticed in NPR you have an openly gay character, and I know in one of your films you addressed a gay love scene interest or a gay love interest of some sort. Do you see that as being a wave of the future now that a lot of the LGBT issues are coming to the forefront, and you've seen that in mainstream society? I mean, hell, even on daytime dramas now, they got two men kissing, in openly gay relationships. So is that something that TPN looks forward to as far as broadening their audiences?
Yeah, well, that is something. We have a movie out there that's called Partly Cloudy. I don't know if you know about that movie, but it's about a gay, I guess it's a gay situation, I'll put it that way, and it's tailored. The movie is tailored around that. But yes, that is the new wave of the future. We can't just sit here and say, oh no, gay people don't exist. That's not cool. When we put things out there, we want to reach everyone. We want to be able to, so everyone that sits down, they can say, oh, that's me, or I see that person, I know who that person is. So yes, we have in NPR we have an openly gay producer, so to speak, and we also have an openly gay rapper, a female rapper as well. So in Partly Cloudy, our movie that we produce. So yes, we do touch on openly gay situations.
Wow. So okay, so then let me piggyback on this, because I know for me, I'm an openly gay actor, and I know that there proves to be in itself a task in going on auditions and this, that, and the other. So how do actors get involved with you? And I'm going to anticipate that you guys are open to openly gay actors as well. So how does that process work for anyone looking to partner with you?
Right, absolutely. We don't shun anyone. We welcome that, and it's the same way. Just actually going onto the website, uploading your information. We do go when we have a part that we need to cast right away. We will go through our website, our TPN network, and that's why we have everyone to go out to that particular website. And if there's something that you see, we try to put a character description out there. If we have something out there and it's something that fits your character, definitely talk to us about that. And with NPR, with Money, Power, Respect, with Season 2, there will be more gay characters on the show. So definitely talk to me about that.
Baby, because NPR, let me say this to the children out there, NPR, honey, is getting lovely. It's getting lovely, baby. And it's if you like soap operas and carrying on like I do, how they film this, if you're up on YouTube, it's in small little vignettes, and you get maybe, let's see, the longest clip that I've seen has been almost like 8 minutes of story, and it keeps you waiting because it comes out weekly. Baby, I'm telling you, these children here, they cutthroat, honey, and I can't wait to see Season 2 because I want to see how this is going to develop and how this is going to stretch. And, oh, okay, you said, yeah, okay, we'll talk later. Anyway, anyway, let me go here because I know that your production team is very instrumental with every aspect of it, because I know Jubilee is, you know, she writes, she directs, she booms, she's, you know, so how important is that to have people on your team that's able to be unilateral, that's able to be, you know, multifaceted, and they're dedicated to the project?
Absolutely. It's great, actually. It's been a blessing. We are a big family. We have Jubilee, we have Tarjetta Rose, which is a part of Take Heed Production, and we have DeWitt Jones, and then myself and my husband. So it is one big family, and we try to help each other. And when you have all that different talent and gifts in one production company, we're able to keep the overhead costs low. So
exactly.
Things out and keep making things happen, and everybody is dedicated. When we step into a project, everyone is dedicated. They show that same enthusiasm and that same hunger for each project. So it is truly a blessing.
All right. Well, let me say this to the folks. Once again, I want you to write this down, honey. I want you to go to www.tpn1.com. That there is the networking site for the People's Network. For those of you who are actors or looking to are in any part of the entertainment business, be it writers, directors, or whatever, they're allowing you to put your information up. You have to create a page, just like any other social networking page, and put your picture up there and things, and your contact information. And there is part of their networking system, so that you can hear about auditions, you can hear about projects, you can hear about any of their red carpet events when they're doing openers for some of the films that are coming out of some of the projects. You're able to find out all the information. Plus, at tpn1.com or on YouTube, you can catch NPR, their current running webisode, which I think is absolutely fabulous, because the storylines, honey, it's wonderful to see an African American centered family actually, you know, in a what we call a primetime drama situation. It gives you that feel of what all that is. And I encourage you to check it out. Now, currently, there's like 20 installments, honey, for this first season. So I want you to go check it out. Renee, before we close, was there anything else you wanted the folks to understand, something about the 2010 season? What can we now expect from you as we move forward for the holidays and all of that?
Well, we have a lot of different projects lined up. NPR Season 2, we have For the Love 3, we have The Pursuit to the American Dream Part 2, we have with Take Heat Production, Why Lie, that's coming up in 2010. And we have so many different things that's coming out. We're trying to do the Spanish movie. Once we get that going, we're going to have the Spanish movie. That's either going to be between 2010 and 2011. So
well, all right, for letting the Latino children have a voice, you better do it. Okay, I love it. See, that's diversity. That's where it is, people. It's diversity. The world is such a vast place. And in order to tell the stories, you have to tell all the stories. Now, come on with it. I love that. I love that. Well, all right there, my darling. Thank you for joining us today. I want you to know that I encourage and I support all of your endeavors. I'm up on the page as well, so that's how I know you got to upload the pictures and everything. And I thank you so much for dishing your tea with us. Once again, everybody, this is Renee Peoples, co-founder of the Peoples Network. She and her husband, Bobby Peoples, are the first online broadcasting network. I encourage you to go check it out. Once again, www.tpn1.com is the place to be. Renee, thank you so much for your time, baby.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
All right, darling. I'll see you. We'll talk later, honey. Okay. All right, baby. I'll talk with you again soon. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that there was TPN, the People's Network, letting you have it, honey. I'm telling you, money, power, and respect. You really need to go and check that out because it's love. It's love. That's all I can say, honey. And y'all know how I get. So right now, before I bring in my next two guests, I want you to hear this track, honey. We're going to bring in out hip-hop rappers, GREENE and Infinite. And I think it's time to let these folks have a voice. You know what I'm saying? It's time for those who are of LGBT culture in the hip-hop industry to voice what it is and what it means. Now, I want you to check this track out first. This here is Infinite with On Fire.
Yeah. Another one of those. I'ma keep on burning up. I'ma keep on burning up. I'm on fire. I'ma keep on burning up. I'ma keep on burning up. I'm on fire. I'ma keep on burning up. I'ma keep on burning up. I'm on fire. I'm too hot. I can't wear ice 'cause I make it melt. Purple Gators. Niggas said my name was Love. Getting money. All the ladies want me. Frontin' in the club. Business sessions throwing hundreds. Getting money. Smoking on the 40. Spent 300 on the blue and black Maury. I go hard. I'm way before my time. $1,000 bars. I'm way before my time. When you see me walking the street, when you see me walking the street, everybody looking at me, everybody looking at me. When you see me walking the street, when you I'm one of the best. Niggas call me sire. I'm haunting the flesh. See the Harlem go get a chain swing on my neck. Playing baguettes. Niggas that be big in they set. See my team is real diligent. He trained to be militant. Getting their cash. 40K locked up in the stash. 4-5 locked up in the dash. Gay fraud and you loving my swag. Say you loving my swag.
When you see me walking the street, when you see me walking the street, everybody looking at me, everybody looking at me. When you see me walking the street, when you see me walking the street, everybody looking at me. I'm on fire. I'm on fire.
I'ma keep on burning up. I'ma keep on burning up.
I'm on fire.
I'ma keep on burning up. I'ma keep on burning up.
I'm on fire. Somebody call the fireman, tell them to put me out. Make it drizzle, make it drizzle, make it rain, 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 make it rain. I'm on fire. Somebody call the fireman, tell them to put me out. Make it drizzle, make it drizzle, make it rain, make it rain, make it rain, make it rain, make it rain. Somebody call the fireman, tell them to put me out. Make it drizzle, make it drizzle, make it rain, 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 make it rain.
All right, all right, all right, all right. That there was Infinite, baby. She's on fire, and I want to bring to you. This is Lester Green and Infinite, honey. Out hip hop rappers. Hey, babies, what's up? Dish your tea with me.
What's going on?
You, baby, what's up, honey? You on fire and things up in here, breaking it out like you doing. Lester, you there?
Yeah, I'm there. I'm listening. I'm playing the background.
All right. That's what I'm talking about right there, Jared. So what's up now? Come on now. We on this new hip-hop, this out hip-hop explosion. And I want to let the people know what's going on with that. I want you guys to come on and to give us a voice for it, because a lot of people have always thought that, gay children are not a part of the hip-hop world. We're considered to be soft in it. We don't have much to say about, anything outside of the bedroom activities. A lot of folks don't believe that it's considered to be hip-hop. However, I noticed that there's a lot of stuff here that is being brought to the forefront in out hip-hop. And Infinite, I want to start with you, because we don't hear out lesbians in this field. Now, we've speculated on some of our mainstream female artists who may be family or part of the Rainbow Coalition. However, it has not been announced or declared by that particular person. And you declare it, you stand on it, you are who you are. Tell us what that is to be out lesbian and in this particular industry.
Well, it's definitely a blessing to be able to be who you are and not have to hide it behind closed doors. It's not like I had a choice. I am gay. I was born gay. It is what it is. And a lot of the people that you mentioned, such as, like, you think about the Queen Latifahs, you think about the Brad, you think about all of these people that were in the game, and people speculated that they were gay. What it was is that the money came first. You understand what I'm saying? Because they knew that they weren't going to be able to make money unless they dropped that title. And my whole thing is I love challenges. So basically I want to put what I am and who I am out there, and I'll be able to make money off of it because I'm going to put product out that people love and people like.
Okay. All right. All right. Now, Lester,
Yeah.
you are coming from a different approach because once I'm gonna play when I play your song, folks will understand what I'm talking about. Because you infuse a lot of different music. You know, you're very eclectic with your music, and you infuse a lot of different cultures and stuff with your music. How does that introduce you to the world of hip hop, and then how does that work in your favor? Because again, hip hop has this brand of just being hardcore. If it ain't this banging head banging, you know, I can get my bounce on kind of thing and get my swerve on to some, you know, to Hennessy and a blunt. You know, it's not considered to be real, if you know what I mean. So explain that about you coming into this with your own style.
Definitely. Well, as a child, I used to listen to oldies. You know, my parents grew up on oldies, and so they would always be playing that while, you know, as a you know, when I was a child. So I grew up listening to oldies, and then as I got a little older, I found myself listening to a lot of rock and roll music. And a lot of people, like my friend Larry's always saying that your music sounds very rock and rollish. You know what I mean? And like I said, that all dates back to my childhood. But the reason why I go in the direction that I go is because I think a lot of people just want to hear something different, something just easy on the ears. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with gangster rap, but I guess I'm a softie, but I like the soft kind of music. You know what I mean? I like that gentle sound, that smooth sound. You know what I mean? So, and I think that's what sells too. And it's not a matter of selling out. It's not a matter of selling out. It's just something that I just choose to do. It wasn't even a conscious decision. It's just in my blood. It's in my nature. So I think that's what kind of shaped everything. And, you know, that's what shaped my music today.
Oh, okay. Well, dig that.
Yeah.
Okay, now, with this whole coalition of out hip-hop rappers, you know, there's you two, okay, Lester Greene, Infinite, Sonny, that's my baby, Sonny, and Bone. I don't consider Bone until I don't claim him to be my little nephew now. You know, King Jabbar. I'm missing a lot of names. Come on, y'all. Call these names, children. Call them.
I got you. Shout out to Bone and Tell. Shout out to Bryant. Shout out to Medino Green. Shout out to Lasto. Shout out to Darren. Shout out to King Jab. Shout out to
Sosay.
Yes, definitely. Shout out to Sosay. Shout out to Miss Jones. Shout out to Miss Terry. You know.
Yeah, Cat Eye.
The whole out hip hop family.
The movement.
Everybody that's doing this. Shout out to Nano Reyes.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, right. And I wanted to put them on. I want the shout-outs to go because I want folks to become inoculated with these names. I want these names to become household products, okay?
Exactly.
Just like you could say Tide, you could say Dawn, you could say Jiffy, you could say Crisco. I want these names to be, you know, to be said just like that, you know. I mean, we can say Tupac and Biggie. I want your names to be said just like that in this industry because you're working too hard, you know, to create a name. And so now, what does that mean to have this kind of family unit? Okay, how did you guys become a part of the family of it? You know, because right now it seems as though it is just a pipe dream, you know. What was it that made you to say, okay, this is something I need to come into and to say, yes, I want to be a part of this?
Go ahead, and finish on you.
Okay. Well, basically what I wanted to do when I stepped into the game was be the first out hip-hop artist. And what I realized that I wasn't the first out hip-hop person that was out there. I noticed that it was a lot more artists out there that was just like me. You know what I mean? And what I wanted to do was, you know, get with everybody and create a family where we're able to help each other and put each other's music out there, give each other, you know, criticism and things like that help a family grow and to be strong. I feel like, you know, a lot of people fall back from the whole gay thing because they don't want to hear guys. I don't feel like dudes want to hear about guys, sucking dick, or they don't want to hear about girls eating pussy and, things like that. But we're not just about goes on in the bedroom. We have normal lives just like everybody else. And I think artistically you talk about what's going on in your life. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're a gangster, you out in the street and you hustling or you doing whatever you doing, that's what you're going to have in your music. You understand what I'm saying? If you're going out and you're a party person, then you're going to go and you're going to make a party song. You know what I mean? So if you're a soft person, such as like Lesbian GREENE, what you're going to do is you're going to create soft music and things like that. So what I wanted to do was try to put all of those things together as one. You understand what I'm saying? Like I have.
Dig it.
I have a lot of collaborations on my next album, and there were many different type of artists. I don't like to just stay in the hip hop category. I like to do, things that bridge the gap in the industry. I like to be a diverse artist. You know what I mean?
Dig that. Okay, Lester. Okay, you chime in on that question.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I thought, I have to admit, I chose this route. I chose to be a gay rapper because I thought it would be easier. Kind of like what Infinite said. I thought it would be easier because I thought there would be less people doing this. And so I figured I would stand out. You know what I mean? I thought it was the easy road. But, of course, I realized that there were people before me who were doing it and were already getting well-known publicity like, Tory Six and Dare Lee and Fox Zell. They were all on the Tyra Banks show, and it was already in, the wheels were already in motion. So I realized, wow, I'm already late. I realized I need to just get in line. You know what I mean? Get in where I fit in. Do you know what I mean? And so it was a reality check dealing with that. But after a while, I realized that we're all in the same game and we're all focused on one goal, and that's to make it mainstream. So, exactly. So that was the whole idea.
Like we need to get to our people. You know what I mean? Like as artists, we all know each other. But if you step outside of that and you stop a gay person on the street, they probably wouldn't know who we were.
True,
you know what I mean? And this is the thing that I want. I want to branch out and get to the people because just like Martin Luther King, just like Malcolm X, they had to gather all the people for the Million Man March. They had to gather.
You better say that.
And
now, damn it, wait a minute. She said just like Martin Luther King and Malcolm and them. Go right there. Okay, now see. Wait a minute, because damn it, that just set me on fire. Okay, I'm going to keep on burning up, baby. I'm going to keep on burning up. Okay. Wow. Because, wow, that just got me right there. No, because you don't realize the significance of that statement. Because in this, there's got to be trailblazers somewhere. And just like what Martin and Malcolm and all these other cats, what they're doing, you guys are doing that same exact thing, only this is the market is in hip-hop. But it's the same thing of being trailblazers to get out there, to get the people to know what the fuck is going on. That is powerful.
And just people being comfortable with being who they are, being able to listen to out hip-hop in their car and going down the street without somebody having to worry about somebody throwing something at their car or anything like that. I think we face a lot of discrimination, and not only in the straight industry, but I feel that we go through the same thing in our own community as well. You know what I mean? As opposed to the whole, commercial hip-hop and the gangster hip-hop. I think we all need to accept each other first before we go out into, the mainstream and say, oh, accept us. We don't even accept each other.
Sure.
Exactly.
And this is what we need. We need to get together, and we all need to collaborate, and we all need to help each other out. That's what they do. Down south, a lot of rappers blew up over the last couple of years. And that's because, they promoted each other's music. You understand what I mean?
Right, exactly.
Wayne had a T-shirt. He Birdman or somebody else wore his T-shirt to their shows, and they brought each other into their shows. and stuff like that. So that's what we need to do. You know, we got to share information and things like that. We have to think of ourselves as a band.
A unit,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I shout out Baron.
Exactly.
Yeah, Baron has spoke about that a couple of days ago when we was recording, you know, the new track that we're going to have here on the show today. You know?
Baby, we've talked about that, and that it's important that I make sure that I wanted your voice to be heard. Now, okay, Lester, someone in the tea room has asked me to ask you, when will your new song, is it Michael or Michelle, will be finished, and what or whom inspired you to do it?
Oh, okay. Well, the song you're talking about is a song that Tori 6 and I are working on, and it's called She's My 9 to 5, and the whole concept about that song, the whole concept deals with just a guy on the down low who's playing both sides. Here you have this down low guy who's clearly gay, and yet he's in the closet and he has a wife and kids and everything, and his 9 to 5 is his wife. You know, that's his job. That's his number one priority. But the man, you know, the partner, is on the other side, and he's looking on the outside and saying, what about me? You know, I don't want to be just treated as a piece of meat, or just, you know, I don't want you to just use me for sex. So that's the whole concept behind that. You know, she's 9 to 5, and that song is going to be done shortly. I already recorded my verse. I sent it to Toy Six. He's supposed to get it back to me. So hopefully that'll be done within a week or two. But yeah, it's going to be.
All right. Good. Okay. Well, since we already talking about your music, I see we got a few callers that are ready to come in. Callers, I'm coming to you in just a second. Let me play Regular Person by Lester Greene so you can get a feel of what he's all about. Here we go, children. Regular Person.
My third eye, Magnum T.I. in Levi's, he's so fly. I'm at home, on my phone. I get so off on your tone. Let's talk, sex talk. I might need Matlock back up. I'm backed up, shoot my wad. Oh my God, some assault. Beat it up, clean it up. Take a hot shower, louder. Matt Lauer, sour. Can you feed me grapes? Ed Norton got it going on. You can blow on my horn all night long. Cops in the uniform, what a turn on. What's wrong? Weird, queer, Richard Gere. Whisper something in my ear. I don't know the way the wind blows. Who am I don't know. I guess a regular person, yes, a regular person, I suppose. Let me get an H-O, let me get an M-O, let me get an S-S, you know the rest. Let me get an H-O, let me get an M-O. In the window, voyeurism. The court listens when I'm in prison. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. Critics pity, but they know that I'm so witty. Pandemonium on the podium, sodium. Look at him, just ignore him. Take flicks with my camera, flip on every trip that I make to the exhibit. My grieving sexy, but I'm grieving. Doc Bill can make me some chillin'. Silly magazines of celebrities. When I'm on the beach, I'm a freak for the sea. What a sight to see, fantasizing. Angie Jolie's not my speed. Who do I idol? Simon Cowell. How old? I don't know. I go for the gusto. I don't know the way the wind blows. Who am I don't know. I guess a regular person, yes, a regular person, I suppose. I don't know the way the wind blows. Who am I don't know. I guess a regular person, yes, a regular person, I suppose.
Well, all right, honey, you're just a regular person. Now, do you see what I mean, folks, as far as Lester style? Because when I heard this track the first time, I said, baby, okay, you are into some real shit. Because I can hear, you know, you took me back to the 80s because I can hear some Thompson Twins and all that kind of shit up in there. I was like, listen at this track. You know?
Yeah.
And, you know, some damn Robert Palmer and carrying on, it took me there. And I was like, oh, wow. Okay, yeah, that's the motherfucking T right there, baby. I was hitting it for you.
Yeah, the
so,
video's being edited right now, so look for it.
Oh, okay. So, now the songs that I just played, they are available for the folks to go out and listen to a bunch or get or whatever. And if so, where can they get them?
Go ahead, Infinite. You want to answer first?
Oh, yeah, sure. Well, basically, you can go to myspace.com and download it for free off my MySpace. That's myspace.com, infinite_ONE1.
All right. Okay.
Yeah,
Lester?
You can just go to cdbaby.com and you can buy my whole album. And that song is on there. It's called No Bush Straight Dicks. Or if you
No Bush Straight Dicks. Woo!
Yeah. Or if you don't want to get that one, you can get my other albums called The Green Room. They're both on cdbaby.com, so you can get it right there.
cdbaby.com. All right. Okay, well, listen, I got callers that want to come in. I'm going to go here first, 201-850, 201-850. You're dishing tea with Big Meat. Hey, what's up, baby?
What up, folks?
What up, Bone?
What's up?
What
What
up?
up, Bone?
Yeah. What up, Bone?
What up, family? You know, I had to come through, show love. What up, How y'all doing? Definitely enjoying
Hey, nephew, what's happening?
I'm chilling, you know, just working. I'm in the studio right now. You know, I had to turn the show on and support my folks. You dig me?
That's what's up.
But I definitely had a question for y'all because I heard y'all chiming in earlier on how the movement needs to come together and everything. I just wanted to know, with the different genres that do sit in our genre we call hip-hop, do you think a lot of people put a lot of us different artists in the same class without knowing our classes?
Yes, I do.
You understand what I'm trying to say?
I definitely know what you're saying. There's a difference between hip-hop. There's a difference between pop. There's a difference between rock. And I think a lot of people and that's classified in the hip-hop genre is pop, and they being put in the hip-hop genre. And what happens is that, you know, a lot of people, they feel like it's not hip-hop. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you know, it sound whack because it's not hip-hop. You may have people that like listening to pop, right? And they may listen to an out hip-hop artist song that's pop and like it, but if you got a person that's going to hip-hop and they listening to pop, they may not feel it.
Yeah, to each his own, though. You know how that works.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I had to ask that. I also have another question before I jump offline.
Go ahead.
My next question was this. With the way the scene is shifting out, you know, as all of us being out hip-hop artists, entertainers, live hosts, and everything like that, okay, do you see the movement progressing in a positive light or in a negative light with all of the stereotypes and everything being classified with us being quote-unquote out hip-hop artists?
Good question.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to go first? Leslie, you can go first.
Yeah, well, that's a great question. I think it seems like every time we take a step forward, we take two steps backwards. I don't know if that makes sense, but it seems like every time there's like this glimmer of hope, something just comes out of left field and just crushes everything, and it just sets everything back. So, you know, it's kind of like a give and take kind of thing. You know what I mean? I'm not exactly sure what to make of it because it seems like once, you know, we might have the momentum going and then, you know, people are starting to take notice and things are really taking off and then something just, you know, something bizarre happens or you read about some outrageous story and then next thing you know, everybody just gets categorized with that whole thing and then it just throws everything off. So, yeah, it's sad.
I definitely feel you on that one, Lester, because that's definitely true. That's just like it was a gay couple, and one of the parents was beating their kids and stuff like that. They just happened to be gay, So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, all of a sudden, you know what I mean? Now, gay people are the worst people. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I definitely feel you on that one. But I
Yeah.
think we making progress because I think we're a lot more consistent with our music. You know what I mean? And I think that we have a lot more avenues now where we can put our music out there. We have a lot more avenues where people are opening up about us being gay artists, and we're getting a lot more shows and, you know, a lot more publicity.
Yeah.
So I think it's definitely stepping up. We just have to, as artists, be consistent about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Could I just add to that, though, or say something? I agree with what you're saying, but it seems like it's still every man for himself, because at the end of the day, somebody might have a connection over here. You reach out to that person, and that person doesn't even acknowledge that you exist. It's almost like that person feels like he's on a pedestal, and because of that, he kind of looks at you like, okay, why are you talking to me? You just started this. I've been doing this for how many years? I'm a household name. Why are you even emailing me? Why are you even trying to collaborate with me? And so it kind of just, you know what I mean? And that leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
We have to stop. That's what I mean by us getting together. We got to stop that. We got to stop. But it start with us. We got to stop that. We definitely do. So, you know, it's just
Thank
like.
you for answering that question. I just had to ask that, you know. You know what I mean? Big ups to my uncle for doing a big thing, dishing tea on Blood Talk, you feel me? But I had to come through, show love, and definitely just put that out there and get your take on it. Now, before I go, you know, Lester, you need to holler at me. I see that. You know what I'm fucking for.
Nah, I know.
Holler at me. And
Nah, definitely.
Infinite, tell these bitches, ride that pole, let's get this money.
Yes, sir.
Hey, you gonna play that? You gonna play that?
Play what?
God.
Oh, okay.
That pole joint. No, we're not going to
That's
for the big
mixtape was that? Okay. Yeah, I heard about that.
It's really an album. It's not really a mixtape because all of the things on there are original tracks up there. I produce all of the tracks. And I got my man Bone up there. I got Brian up there. I got Medino GREENE up there. I got Barron up there. I got King Jad, Nano Reyes, and L.O. up there, too. You know what I mean? So, I got everybody up on there. Yes, definitely. So that's what I mean. Like, when we dropping these albums, this is what we have to do. We have to promote each other. We got to do this.
Exactly.
You know
It don't work if you don't do it. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Energy. This thing is so big, it's a lot of energy. You understand what I'm saying? So we all, as one, we got to put all that energy together and make it happen.
Well,
all right.
Thank you for having me on. Y'all keep doing y'all thing. Y'all know I'm tuning in on Blood Talk. Keep listening. And make sure y'all listen to the new single, Lay With Me, off the EP. I'm out of here.
Yes,
all right. Thanks, baby.
Yeah, all day.
That's my little nephew right there. All right, now we're going to put him back down. Let's see. I got another caller coming in. Let's go here. 917-495. 917-495. You're dishing tea with Big Meech. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I am extremely well, darling. How would you dish your tea with my guest, Lester GREENE and Infinite?
Well, I'm a personal friend of Lester's, and I wanted to make a comment and then had a question for him.
Go ahead.
As a white dude that appreciates hip-hop, the thing that I really like about Lester's music is that he really enunciates his words really well, and he doesn't use too much of the jargon that a lot of hip-hop artists use that only black people can understand. Anybody can understand and appreciate Lester's music. And I really like that about his music. That's why I think that you commented about you can hear some Robert Palmer in there and some of the other 80s artists because, you know, Lester comes across and you can understand what he's talking about without having to know all of the other jargon and everything. And I had a question about him. How do you deal and cope emotionally with being, you've got really three things against you. You're black, you're gay, you're into hip-hop, and how do you cope emotionally with all those, different aspects?
Wow. That's a great question. I got to admit, I'm sure Infinite can relate to this too. Some days you wake up and you just ask yourself, why am I still doing this? Do you know what I mean? Or why do I, you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden something will just, work for you. Something will just jump off, and then you'll be like, oh, shoot. And then that will just motivate you to say, okay, you know what? Let me keep doing it because opportunities are still opening up for me. So, like I wake up a lot of times. I wake up a lot of days. I might wake up tomorrow and just feel like, why am I doing this? You know what I mean? Nothing's happening.
Mm-hmm.
And you just feel like giving up because nobody's listening to you. People are criticizing you and just, just speaking negatively about you. And, it's just that one thing that, it could be somebody just emailing you and say, hey, I really like your music. You really inspire me. I really admire you. Just that little email, that one little email could make all the difference.
Make a difference.
Exactly. A lot of people don't realize that. It's real, though, but that's how I keep going. You know what I mean? I look for those little nuggets, those golden nuggets to keep me going. Yeah. So.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, keep it
all
up.
right then.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for that, caller.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining Dishing Tea. Did you have anything else before?
No, that's good. That's it.
All right, my darling. Thank you so much. We're going to put you down here.
Too, because I know him too.
Oh, okay.
Bone.
Well, all right then. Well, then you just hip hop, just one of the fans, honey. Okay, we're gonna put you down now. We're gonna put you down.
You didn't mention Sose either.
Oh yes. Yeah, I got love for Sose. Yeah, Sose. You need to get him on your show too. Yeah, you need to get him on your show, Dimitri.
Who is this?
Sose. You really need to get him on your show.
Oh, okay. Well then we're gonna put the shout out to him. Okay. Thanks, caller. Now I have two people calling from. I think they're online on the computer. So I'm gonna go to this first one here. 1111111. Yeah, that's the computer call. So, okay. Hello, caller. You're on the air with Dishing Tea.
Hello.
Hello. Yes.
Is that me?
Yes, it's you.
Hi. This is Larry from New York City.
And hey, baby.
Hey, how are you? I have a question for both of the rappers out there, or however wish they define themselves. One of my favorite rappers is Malaj Levon, and I'm probably pronouncing her name wrong. Now, one thing I would like rap to do, as well as any other type of gay music, is really speak from the heart. I've been listening to a lot of rap, and what I think we could do differently, we don't really need to mimic straight people. And I would like less of the boasting or how great you are or your swerve or, how big your dick is, stuff like that. I want to hear the pain. I want to hear what it's like to live life on an everyday existence. And I think, and this goes, and also for Lester, I've been listening to Lester's music. And what I've been liking about your more recent music is that you're becoming more personal. And I think, and I just want to know, can we be personal in our music and without dishing other people? Because I really don't want to mimic. I don't want to hear mimicking and how much you're better than the other person, but I want to feel that as someone that lives my life alone, that doesn't have a partner, I want to hear that, I want to hear that message out there like, hey, I feel your pain. So if you could address that, I'll be interested. Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you, darling.
You're welcome.
Well, that's definitely what's up. I think that it's always different type of art out there. And I think that as artists, you have to be how would I say it? You have to be confident with who you are, and you have to be confident that the message that you're going to put out there is going to reach out to the people. Some people don't feel confident enough to talk about personal issues, So they feel like they need to make what straight people are making because that's what's
Exactly.
selling. You know, you can't think about what other people are doing. You have to be confident with yourself and be able to put out your music and what you like and what you're doing. You know what I mean? You got to be confident in the message because I think out of anything, what we're trying to do is connect to our people, and people aren't able to connect to you if you're just talking about popping bottles in the club or, you know, whatever you're talking about. You know, it may be some people out there that's gay that's popping bottles in the club. You know what I mean? And they probably would like that type of music, but you got to be diverse and be able to hit different channels. And the artist that you mentioned, I don't know how to pronounce her name either, but she hits a lot of topics.
She brings me to tears.
As far as abuse and things like that, she definitely points that out. But I feel it's a such thing as, you know, like I said, everybody, you know, puts it out there in a different way. Everybody's artistically in different ways, and I think that, you know, with all of the different ways that hip-hop is being portrayed in our community, that, you know, we can definitely move on to get to that level where people feeling confident in what they're doing in their art.
Thank you.
Wow.
All right.
Lester?
Oh. Well, this is how I operate. This is how I'll create music. Larry's right about some of my past works. I don't usually get too personal with my music simply because I usually write from emotion. Do you know what I mean? If I wake up tomorrow happy, then I'm going to write, you know, with that whole mood in mind. You know what I mean? So, you know, if, you know, like recently my works, recently my last couple songs have been personal because I've been going through things. So I usually rap about what I'm going through. Do you know what I mean? And that's probably why he noticed a change. It wasn't a conscious decision. It was just something that is happening right now in my life, and so that's why I'm rapping about it.
Isn't it also that you're being exposed to more, you know, as you're out there more and, you know,
experiencing more things? Pretty true.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's almost like when you leave your, you know, the small world you're in and you enter the bigger world, you know, you communicate from that largeness.
Right. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, you're right from experience. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And you're reaching me more, and I want to thank you for that, Lester.
Oh, all right, thanks. He's a tough critic because, I mean, he's been really hard.
Oh, I'm very hard on him.
Yeah.
Not how one would think. You're welcome.
Great.
Well, all right then. Thank you so much for the call, Larry.
What? Oh, you're so welcome, and keep doing what you're doing. We need people like you.
Oh, well, thank you, baby. That's why I'm here.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to put you back down. I'm going to go to the other caller that's
No
calling
one
from
can
the
put me
computer.
down, but goodbye anyway.
No, I'm not going to put that. I said put you down, honey, not go down, honey.
No, I didn't mean that. I'm silly. Okay, bye-bye.
I got you, sugar. Okay, the other person from 111111. Hello there, my caller. You're dishing tea with Big Meech. Hello.
Hi, this is Frank from New York City.
Hi, darling.
How are you today?
I am everything and everything is me. You're talking with Big Meech and Lester Greene and Infinite.
I'm really enjoying the program today. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank
you so much.
I've been listening to Lester Greene for some time now, and I think he's really, really great. I enjoy his music. It's terrific.
All right, thanks.
Well,
That's
we
a white
appreciate
guy.
you for that.
And I guess
Let me ask you this. As a white guy, what is it that draws you to the world of hip-hop rap? And then you said you've been listening to Lester, so what draws you to his music in particular? And what draws you to this whole genre of out hip-hop rap?
Well, I guess my friends have been introduced me to hip-hop many years ago, and I just became very fond of it and regularly listen more and more every day. I'm listening to it, and what attracted me to Lester's music, I guess, you know, it's very easy to listen to.
Okay.
That's what's up.
So I have a personal question, you know, for Lester.
Okay, go ahead.
Are you in a relationship Lester, at this time? And how do you find that? Is it difficult being in a relationship and trying to get into the music world?
Yeah, it is difficult. I am in a relationship. And a lot of people think that I'm not simply because of the pictures that I post on my Facebook and MySpace, because I'm pretty loose with my sexuality. And so a lot of people tend to think that I'm available. And it's very tempting to want to go out there and say, you know what, it's there for me, I should just take it. But at the end of the day, it's all about being in a monogamous relationship and being true to your true love. So at the end of the day, all that other stuff comes and goes. So,
I like that.
Yeah, definitely. That's what it's all about.
All right.
Great, great. Thanks so much, and keep up the great work, Dimitri. Love your program.
Oh, well, thank you, my darling. You just keep listening, honey, because we got bigger and better things coming, honey, all across the country and beyond.
Terrific.
Thanks, my darling. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Well, I'm going to take that question that he asked for Les, and I'm going to give it to you, Infinite. What is it like being in or not in a relationship in this business?
Well, in this business, it's really hard to be in a relationship with someone, and every day you got to be in the studio, you got to go to the shows, it takes a lot of time to be an artist, and that's my first love. So after the smoke is clear and I feel that I make it to the top, then I feel I'll bring somebody along with me. But for right now, it's all about my music. It's all about getting myself out there. So I basically block myself off. You get the little girls here and there, whatever the case is. But, emotionally and physically, you have to give a person your everything, your all. And I can't promise that to somebody. So basically what I do is I do my music,
Wow.
Dig that. I heard that. All right. Well, we got a couple of more callers. I'm going to go here. 347-870. 347-870. You're dishing tea with Big Meech. Hello, caller.
Yo, what's up, people? How y'all doing?
Everything is everything, baby. How are you?
I'm doing good. Definitely want to give big ups to you, Big Mitch, and definitely want to give a big holler to my boy, Lester Greene. This is Bebop from the Prod Network Groups and the Podcast Show. And I just want to say, Lester, number one, I got a huge response from the 2 shows that I posted about you over the past 2 weeks. I mean, you're doing really big things, and definitely want to give you and all of the other out hip-hop artists a big holler. But the question that I want to ask you directly is, I listened to both No Bush Straight Dicks. What an interesting title. And I also listened to The Green Room, and I honestly could not find the difference between, The Green Room and No Bush Straight Dicks, because on the show you said that The Green Room was you not representing yourself much as an out artist, but then No Bush Straight Dicks, you was a little bit more personal about your sexuality. But based on listening to both CDs, I honestly could not tell the difference. In both CDs, you sound like you were very comfortable, very open, and you're very, cool with who you are. There was a very good level of comfortability that I found in all of your music. It's an easy listen, and I just loved it.
Wow, thanks. I appreciate that. I can tell you, listen.
All right.
Comment, yeah. Thanks. I appreciate that.
Now, Craig, darling, let me give you a shout-out. Thank you for calling in to the show, honey, because you've been doing this a lot longer than I have with your podcast and everything, and I want you to give out your podcast address so folks can catch it, because, see, a lot of the artists that I'm spotlighting today and have spotlighted and will be spotlighting, you have also brought forth on your show. So give us your web address and where to find you.
Okay, well, it is the podcast show, www.bebops_world_podcast.podomatic.com. And you can catch me Monday through Friday. The show is usually posted up about 9 o'clock, and I'm trying to incorporate a whole lot more out artists in the various genres. Right now, my Monday show is all homo hop, which is the out hip hop artist. But I'm trying to, in my third season, which I'm at the end of my second season, I'm trying to incorporate more out artists in genres across the board, because I want my show to be totally out, and I don't want to really deal no more with the regular music industry. No more mainstream, all gay.
All right, all right.
So definitely come holler at
well,
me.
did that. He said no more mainstream. I'm going to deal with. Now, let me ask you this, because, see, one of the things about out hip-hop is that I think the goal is to make sure that it does become mainstream. So would that be a problem if out goes mainstream?
No, because... No, that actually won't be a problem, because the idea of only featuring out music is to help them along to get to mainstream. So once they become mainstream, then it will become a mainstream show once again. But somebody has to give light to the out artists. You know, somebody has to be putting the music out there, allowing people to hear. Now, I own a network of groups, and I belong to a larger network, which my emails reach almost 1 million people. And all of these people come to my show when they listen to my show, because they don't really have any exposure to out music, and my show is a vessel for them to, you know, get that exposure and then pass that word on to the next person who, you know, my goal is to have it passed on to the point where it will start reaching the top executives in, like, you know, all of the record labels, okay, and then they'll be shouting at y'all and be like, I want to sign you. So if no one's out playing the music, no one's going to really hear it who needs to hear it up at the top.
True.
So, you know, that's where
true.
I'm trying to go.
All right, baby. Well, all right then.
That comment actually raised me for a question for all the listeners today. You feel like we as a people, we need to make our own industry, so to speak, like instead of putting so much energy into trying to be in the mainstream, sort of be like the people's and basically create our own format, our own network and things like that, because the mainstream is basically getting to the people. You know what I mean? So if we create our own networks and our own small businesses and things like that and start networking amongst each other, I think it can get there.
I agree 100%. I definitely agree with you. But I think it's also important for us to support one another, okay? And that's where I have a real problem with the out hip-hop industry. Is there's too many people, you know, making these diss tracks, dissing the next person, and that is not the message that we're trying to send to anybody, whether it's mainstream or the general public at large. We're supposed to be showing people that we love one another, we stand for one another, and we support one another. So we really need to start battling one another against dissing each other, because that is the behavior that really has no place in our community. The homosexual community stands for loving someone of the same sex, loving your own kind.
All
so
right,
let's stop dissing one another and let's get to what we really need to be doing, and that's just loving one another and giving one another support. And I'm clear with that.
I heard that. Say it how.
You know,
okay,
listen, on a final note, I really do have to break up, and I just wanted to say to you, Big Mitch, that I did send you my network statement, so give it a view, and then holler at your boy.
All right, we'll do. We'll definitely do, baby.
On that note, baby, I just want to definitely give a big shout-out to all of the Sosays, all of the Bryans, all of the Lesbian Greenes, definitely all of the everybody, including Jesse O., Baron. I just want to give, and if I didn't mention your name, it's not that I forgot, it's just that it just didn't come to mind, but definitely give a big shout-out to all of the out artists. I love you all, and keep coming to the podcast show, because we have a place for you, and on that note, I'm out.
All right, baby. I'm out. Say that shit. Thank you, darling, for dishing tea with us. All right. Now, listen, hold on. Let me say this right now, because my timer says we're down to the last 3 minutes of the show. I got another caller here that I've got to get to. 567, I'm coming to you. Just let me say this statement first. And that is, thank you to everyone who's been on the show. We're going to keep this thing going. If you're on your computers listening, this thing is going to time out. So you're going to have to catch the after show, what I call the after show, in the archives. Everything is going to archive. So you're able to go back and listen to the parts that you've missed. If you're on the telephone, honey, you're going to hear everything I do until I hang up, okay? So thank you, everyone, for coming on the show. And thank you for giving me your time. I'm having a wonderful time with all of this. As I said, it's a new day, sugar. It's a real new day. So with that, let me go to 567-224. 224. Hi, darling. You're dishing tea with Big Meat.
What's up? This is Dylan Ross. I'm actually working on a project with Lester right now.
Oh, what's up?
Oh.
Yeah, what's up? What's up?
As,
Well, what's the word, baby?
What's the tea?
As an artist that isn't really considered an out hip-hop artist, but not necessarily straight, when I went into hip-hop, not only as a white dude, but as someone who can, respect the beauty in both genders, I was really frightened at first that doing mostly straight venues, that I would, just get ridiculed and no one would really take it seriously. But I had soon come to find out that by kind of like respecting hip-hop more as just an art form than something that's separated by whoever you fuck, that it's just really more beneficial to yourself, And that's really why I'm working with Lester.
That's what's up. Yeah, we working on an EP together. He just reached out to me like a couple days ago, so that's a good look.
Yeah, I mean, we got
things
moving forward already.
Always more welcome.
Yeah.
You know what? Let me ask this. How strong are the collaborations or the collaborative effort between the family in the hip-hop, the out hip-hop genre? Because in order for us to support and promote one another, I know that in order for us to still be family, there are times where, we need to come together on different projects. So how strong is that, and how often is that encouraged?
Are you asking Lester or me?
All of you, all of the above, honey. Take it.
Okay. Well, I'll let Lester go first on this one then.
Okay, Anthony, you want to go?
Yeah, it's cool. Basically, I feel it's a powerful thing because, you get a wide range of, art. Like I said, the music that I make is so-called, gangster rap, or it's a diverse many of things that I go through in my life. You know what I mean? And then you'll have a artist like Baron that makes sort of like easy listening music, sort of like Lester. You understand what I mean? And being able to put those two together,
it's a beautiful thing,
to create something that everybody can listen to. You understand what I mean? So collaborations are very, very important. But I just want to say one thing. I just want to shout out DJ Soul and Hump Wednesdays. He got the podcast going on, 12 o'clock Wednesdays, 12 o'clock a.m. I want to shout out Larissa from Hot Mess Radio.
Oh, yeah.
And I wanted to shout out my fellow out hip-hop artist, lesbian hip-hop artist, Ken for Life, and Miss Jones. And, I just want to say that real quick.
All right. Well, that's why we're throwing it out there, baby. That's exactly why we're throwing it out there, so that we can get these folks, they need to be heard, and they need to be exposed, and they need to be, like I said, become a household name just as easily as we could say Queen Latifah and DeBrad and all these other little children, honey. I want them to say Infinite. I want them to say Miss Jones. I want them to be able to say these other names, honey, Lester Greene and Bone and Tail and King Jabbar and all the countless others, honey, who are into this genre, because there's room at the table for everyone. Now, Infinite, let me ask you this. Oh, wait a minute. Before I do that, caller, I forgot you on here. Did you have anything else that you wanted to say?
No, I just want to give a shout-out to your show, give a shout-out to Lester, and tell everybody to be on the lookout for that EP.
Yeah.
Well, all right then. Well, thank you so much, darling. Make sure you sign up. Y'all can leave comments and things on the show, on the page or whatever. I encourage you to do that. And, honey, like I said, keep listening because we got a whole bunch of new stuff coming as I grow and as we get this thing together. So keep your ears on, sugar, okay?
Thank you.
And thank you so much for your call. All right. Now, Infinite, I wanted to come to you because I have to ask this. You are hard, girl. Okay? I told you this on the phone. Baby, your look, your style, you are just one old hard-ass dyke. And what is does that pose to be a problem? Looking at, wait a minute, and see, folks got to understand what I'm talking about. Y'all got to go and catch her on YouTube because she has performances of her up on YouTube. But damn it, when she and Bone and Tail stood side by side, I thought y'all were fucking brothers because you have this. Y'all, you got that persona, baby. And do you find that to be a challenge, you know, in this particular industry? And then not just being a woman, but damn it, you come off as hard as some of these motherfuckers out there. Do you see that as a challenge?
I feel that it helps me, honestly.
Really?
Because at the end of the day, like, if you notice, I'm one of the most, like, I've been getting a lot of promotion and certain things like that because a lot of the dudes are the ones who's making a lot of the waves in the out music community. As you said, we don't really hear from a lot of lesbians out there. But because of my hard exterior, because of the way I spit and things like that, people, the dudes tend to cling to me. You know what I mean?
Dig it. Oh, wow.
You know what I
Okay.
mean? So it actually works for me because people are like, yo, she's hard. I want to work with her. She's a real person. You know what I mean? I think it helps me, honestly. Yeah. I don't know why.
Damn, okay, now that just blew me back.
Yeah.
That kind of blew me back because I know as gay men, you know, there is a rift in that, you know, that gay men and lesbian woman community, particularly when they're hard and they, you know, they come across kind of militant or whatever. There is a rift that we have within our community with that, and particularly going into this business, that blows me, baby. That you find
so
it as
it's sort of like what happens is that I'm sort of like one of the dudes. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm one of the dudes, so I'm in the middle of it. And what I want to do is be able to pull in a lot more of my fellow lesbian artists and things like that. I always love to collaborate with any and everybody because, you know, I'm an artist, but I'm a producer as well. You know what I mean? So I always, like I said, I think that it helps me a lot. I think it helps me a lot. And I think that what we need to do is stop being, you know, stop being discriminative towards each other and love each other. Basically, that's the message I want to put out there. Love, because love conquers everything.
Everything. Okay, dig it. I got you.
God is love, right? And God is love.
And love is for everyone, honey.
Right.
LIFE, life. Love is for everyone. That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
So I think it really helps me out. You know, especially like Bone, me. You know, we go. It's like when you living in the projects, you living in the slums and things. Like you go through things, and you know, a lot of people like look at a lot more feminine artists like they dainty, they could get over on them and things like that. And I come across like you're not gonna get over on me. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, it's not going to happen. So a lot of people tend to fall back and become passive towards me. You know what I mean? And I become the aggressor.
Dig it. Oh, well, all right. Now, Lester, let me give you the flip side of that question. Because I started off earlier by asking you about your style, and I know that you're musically eclectic. But after you have a huge Caucasian following. From what I've done on my research with you, does that help you to tear down the color barriers with your music, and does it help to get the art of hip hop out there into places that it doesn't go? Because, like, let's take Eminem and I'm gonna go old school and say the Beastie Boys. When they were out and doing their thing or whatever, you know, they were criticized for coming across as being, you know, in the quote-unquote black sound or dealing with the black audience. But you flipped that, and you have infused the quote-unquote white sound into what you know and have been able to incorporate that. So, you know, do you get criticized for that a lot, or is it helping you to tear down those color barriers?
That's a great question. I think right now it's too early to tell, but I do know this much, though. I think, and, you know, I'm just being honest, a lot of the people, a lot of the white people who follow me like me because I put out a certain energy, what I mean by that is, like I said, my Facebook and my MySpace page shows me, showing off my body and everything. And I think that's what they gravitate to first. And sometimes it's a little frustrating because they focus on that and they tend to forget about the music. So that's why I said I'm not too sure if it's working for me just yet. You know what I mean? It's still early. But like I said before, it is a plus to have that following simply because I do want to become white. I want to be a part of white America. I want to become mainstream, and mainstream is white America. So that's what I'm going after. So, right now it's a little too early to tell. So I'm not too sure. But it does, and it also helps because that's what I'm attracted to. So that's always a plus. When the people who follow you are people you're attracted to. It could also backfire on you too, but it's nice to have that energy out there because it's all positive. So it's nice to have that. So we'll see. Yeah.
Okay, now wait a minute. So you done took this into a whole nother area.
I know. I didn't want to go there, but I'm
you
being
done
honest.
took this into a whole nother area.
Yeah, I know.
So, Mr. Greene.
Yeah.
Okay, so in your personal life, it's easier for you to relate and understand how you have a huge Caucasian following because you're attracted to Caucasians, correct?
Exactly.
Is that what you?
Exactly.
Okay, so
that's right.
Now, do you get back? Now, see, because you said this earlier about folks not listening to the music, and then you're getting caught up. Your picture on Facebook, which is hot, by the way. That was a hot little picture. Okay. And I said, oh, he took a chance on this one, honey. Okay, out there with Mother Nature and things, on bricks and rocks and things. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a jungle boy. Yeah. But that's another issue, though. But
so now, do you find that to be a hindrance? Because you know how we as black folks get. Do you find that your personal life or what you are attracted to seems to be getting in the way of the business at times, or does being in the look? Come on, the studio. I've been in the studio, honey, and being there, you got downtime while the production's trying to get the music tracks together, and if you're not in on that, honey. Somebody, you got all that downtime, so everybody's trying to get their little smoke on, they're trying to get their drink on, they're trying to get their fuck on in the damn studio. All for the sake of being creative. So, do you...
You got to get that energy flowing, you know what I mean? You got to get it flowing.
Okay, right. Hello? So do you find that to be difficult? Now, we always said, the question was already asked about relationships, and, it's difficult being in this, and you are in a relationship.
Yeah,
but do you find it also, the added pressure of, okay, everybody know that you're a partner, and I'm assuming that you have a white lover, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I mean, I don't mean to say it like
being
that.
Being that you're in an interracial relationship, do folks want to compromise that by telling you all you need is some good black dick and this, that, and the other, and how does that affect your music?
Oh, yeah, I get that a lot, man. But, I think everybody gets that. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm sure Infinite gets that. And like Infinite said, it's all about the music. You know what I mean? But
right.
Yeah, it's all about the music at the end of the day. But it is very tough being in a relationship and having to do all of that. And, because, I mean, I got to admit, we're all human at the end of the day. I'm tempted, but, I resist it. But it's nice to have it there because a lot of these people, they don't really have people to look up to, and so they look to you for that kind of guidance. And so it's nice to actually be held in that light. So I represent something for them. So it's nice to be seen as that. Do you know what I mean? So I usually try to work that. Exactly. I usually try to use that and make it work for me. So yeah, that's how I operate.
It's basically like having a demographic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know who you shopping to. You know what I mean? So it's
dig it.
Like
okay.
a product. You put your product out there, and you know who you trying to attract. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
definitely.
I think it all works out like that. Everybody attracts to different cultures and things like that. But,
dig that.
I mean, I'm open to all races, all the ladies out there.
Throw it out there, baby. Throw it out there. Okay, I ain't mad, honey. I'm a Rainbow Coalitionist for a reason. Oh,
Yeah.
that there is too cute. That is
But I mean,
too
what about
cute.
yourself though? I mean, talk to us. What about yourself? I mean, here we are pouring ourselves out. I mean, yeah. I mean, what are you into?
My, okay. Oh, please. I'm a Rainbow Coalitionist for a reason. Okay, I like men.
I caught that.
Okay, I like men.
Oh,
okay. Now, do I have a preference?
Yeah.
Yes, my preference is I like big boys because I'm a big boy. I like big old thick boys. Okay, now I would prefer them to be a person of color because they understand the struggle. However, just because that's my preference, that's not my exclusivity. Okay, because I don't know, honey. I love men, and I want the love wherever it's gonna come from, honey.
Wherever it comes.
Long as it's coming right. Okay, long as it's coming right. Don't you? Okay, now see, y'all finna turn this into a whole nother damn show.
Meet. You can meet somebody, and they could be an Eminem type, a white dude, and that person could relate to you, and instead of just blocking him off, you're open. So. I think that's the good thing.
Oh, please. Now, I'm gonna say this. Oh, I'm finna put my business out here like this, but they don't. I don't care because hell. Currently, it's funny you should say an Eminem type because currently one of my gentleman callers, if you will, happens to be, maybe about how tall is he? He's about 5'7". Every bit of 100 and I'm gonna say 65 pounds.
A little.
Okay, if that, I mean, this child, he's a stick figure. Okay, but he loves my big old 6'4", 443-pound ass. Okay,
Chaser.
And I have no problem. I have no qualms about it. And he's Caucasian. So now, and I'm here in the ATL, honey. That's supposed to be Chocolate City. Okay, yeah. The brothers ain't hitting. Okay, the brothers ain't hitting like and not approaching me in a positive manner. And this gentleman did, and so it is what it is. Now we're not we have a good time. I'll put it that way, because it's not like I'm dating him exclusively or anything. It's just that when we come together, we have a good time and praise God. But and as an artist myself, I take that energy and I use it now. I'm an actor and I'm a singer, so I'm able to understand love is colorblind for me. There's a lot of folks who want to make love to have certain colors, and you can hear that in the music. You hear that in the music and everything, because they basically lay it out and tell you, okay, if it ain't black or whatever, I don't want to be bothered with it. But my whole thing is, if you're looking for love and you claim you're looking for love to come for real, then you have to be open to love in all of its aspects. Because if you sit up there and put love in a box, honey, then it ain't going to come the way you want it to come. So
what if you already have it in the box, though?
Huh?
I mean, what if you already have it in the box and you're not really looking? I mean, sometimes it works for those people.
Sometimes it works for you.
But sometimes it does work, because now here's the thing. It becomes, just like I said, I have a preference, but I'm not exclusive with my preference. You know what I'm saying? Which means I'm open. But there are some folks who have preferences, but they are exclusive. So because they date exclusively, it tends to work for them because this is all that they want. My whole thing is, the world and God and the universe is too big for me to just look in this one particular area. That's like, I'm from Detroit, honey, and I've never been to Atlanta before I moved here, but I came here anyway because I knew it existed. So I branched out and, found myself to be in a better light. And I say all that to say, we want the music. Larry was saying, the music to reflect real life and the real experiences, and those are some of the things that needs to be discussed in the music, and it is, and you can tell those who are exclusive versus those who are not. And I think that's your edge in your music, Lester, because your music speaks to a different genre or a different populace. And I think that there is the edge for helping you get into mainstream. Infinite, your music speaks to a different populace because as a lesbian woman And then you a hard lesbian woman who is considered to be one of the guys, who when the guys see you as one of them and they can relate, then that gets you in the door because now they can see it from a different perspective. And I think that there's room for the table for everyone. You just have to know how to come about getting to the table and then learn how to sit up there and eat properly.
That's right. That's right.
You know.
That's the
And I think that the diversity, between me and Lester and all the other artists out there, it'll be able to hit everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not just one type of sound. It's all different types of
coming
sound.
from all different directions, yeah.
Good point. So
right.
So Lester,
so
we definitely got up and get this track going,
yeah, I know, for real, man. For real.
All right.
I got one of your cards. I went to the Variety Hour, and one of your cards is up there, so I got one of your cards and all that.
Word?
Yeah.
You in holler, though.
Yeah, I know, but I've been busy, trying to do this mixtape, trying to do this album and everything like that. Like I said, I'm producing it, and then I'm, writing for it, and, trying to get the artists in the studio. You know how that get down.
Oh, I know how that is. Tell me about it. Oh, man,
okay.
That's hard.
It's really hard.
All right, well, let me sit up, and I want you guys to give out all of your contact information one more time so that the folks could go and get your music, understand who you are, go to your pages, find out more about you. Infinite, let's start with you.
Okay, well, you can go to myspace.com/infinite, INFINITE_ONE. You could get all my music off there for free. Basically, you can go to Pathway Records YouTube/Pathway Records 1, and that's the number 1, or whatever the case is. You'll see a couple of videos up there of me of performance I've done, or whatever the case is. I got the new album coming out, and that's going to be on iTunes. That's going to be on CD Baby. Basically, I'm gonna have a performance coming up November 21st. It's a food drive, around Thanksgiving for the China Club. So if people want to come out and support that, definitely do so. And I'm just continuing on to make music. I got a record label called Pathway Records. Basically, I'm looking for artists to collaborate with and try to put this thing together. Try to get a street team together so we can go out there and get to the people. So if anybody wants to, you can holler at me. My number is 646-259-1494. I'm definitely into it. You can email me at incsmb@yahoo.com. And that's it. Shout out to everybody, like I said. Shout out to DJ Soul. Shout out to Miss Terry. Shout out to Miss Jones. Shout out to Sosei. Shout out to Gangsta Boo. Shout out to Couture. Shout out to Ken for Life. Shout out to Kells. Shout out to Bone, Bryant, Medino Green, Barron, Anna Reyes, King Jab, and Lassa Fence.
Wow.
All right, Lester.
She pretty much said everything. She got everything working for her. I feel you. I'm gonna try to keep it simple because I'm not doing. She's doing everything. You can hit me up on MySpace at www.myspace.com/Lester Greene. That's spelled LESTERGREENE. Or you can hit me up on the email, elevation, spelled as it is, the number 23 at yahoo.com. So it's elevation23 at yahoo.com. And then if you want to purchase my albums, The Green Room and No Bush Straight Dicks, you can just go to cdbaby.com and then just type in my name, Lester Greene. That's LESTERGREENE. Thank you, Big Meech, for having me on the show, and I had a great time chopping it up with you, Infinite, and Bone, and everybody else who called in. Shout out to Larry and just everybody who's supporting the whole movement.
Well, all righty then. All right. Well, I thank you guys for coming on the show. And for doing your thing, baby, doing your thing. And I have to say this on the record because you guys are really putting me into a hip-hop spin. I'm an old head all day, okay? I'm soon to be 40 come March 4th. Okay. And No, it's not old. It's not old. But what I mean by old head is that I've been old school music. You know,
Like
I listen to everything, but the hip hop genre has not been one of my favorites collectively. However, there's elements of it that I like, and I will say that with this explosion of out hip hop, you guys you're making me gravitate to hip hop music more. I listen to it a little more. When I had Bone on the show, Bone was the first mixtape that I listened to in its entirety. You know, that was hip hop genre.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, wow. And so when you guys were sending me your music or whatever and going to your pages and watching your shows, see, yeah, you guys, I'm having a better ear for it and understanding it more, listening to the stories being told, understanding for me what's good and what's not, and I'm digging it. So I have to thank you guys for educating me on a genre that I have turned my ear to because it had got too gangster, it had got too belligerent, it had got too misogynistic or whatever. And you guys have been able to take something and actually flip it to educate me, and I thank you for it because I know hip hop from old, you know, Rappers Delight, Run DMC, you know, when it was up and coming. And then during that 90s and carrying on, when it became gangster, I tuned a deaf ear immediately. Because that wasn't my story. And so now I just thank you guys for that because, you know, you could teach an old dog new tricks, honey.
Well, I appreciate I'm happy we're able to do that, you know, and hopefully we'll be able to get to more people,
Definitely,
you know,
yeah.
and let them know that.
Well, you always have a platform here, darling. You always have a platform here. Know that. Because, as a matter of fact, I'm going to have to bring Bone back on because he done dropped a new track that's fucking me up. Ow! Lay With Me? Have y'all heard that?
Nah, I ain't here yet.
Y'all ain't heard? Oh, my God. See, child, Okay, yeah. This is, Yeah, that shit. Okay, it done got me proclaimed. I'm fucked up. But yeah, so you always have a platform here. Anytime y'all got new music or whatever, y'all know, y'all hit me because it'll go on the show, and I will introduce it for folks and carrying on because that's just what I am. You know, we're going. This is what it's all about. And like Craig was saying, honey, you know, it won't get out there if the folks don't hear it. So you have a friend in me, indeed, honey. I love it. So on that, I thank you all for coming on to the show, and I bid you all to have a wonderful day, be a blessed day, bask in the blessings that the Creator has given you, honey, and share that with others, and you guys have a voice for it. So I thank you so much for being on the show.
No problem. Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you have heard Lester Greene and Infinite, honey, right here on Dishing Tea. I thank you so much for coming out. Next week, darling, the man is going to be here, Mr. Dale Guy Madison. If you know that name, honey, you know him. He was a former QVC host. He's written a book called Dream Boy, My Life as a QVC host and Other Greatest Hits. He will be here next week dishing his tea with us. And it's going to be a fantabulous show. As a matter of fact, when I hang up, I got to finish reading it so I can be ready for next week and all of those things. Be on the lookout. November 25th, Tonay is coming on the show. Be on the lookout. The date, December 2nd, I got Donna from Sanford & Son. Yes, Lynn Hamilton is going to be on the show. I'm working on Tony Terry. I got to get a date for him. So y'all just look out. I got some new and exciting things. Happy Thanksgiving if I don't talk to y'all before then, which I will. But just shout outs. Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there. Those of you who have put on the uniform of service, who have gone out and risked your lives for this country, for us to be able to stand in all of our freedoms to do whatever it is that we do, good, bad, and indifferent. I salute you and I thank you for your service. I salute you and thank you to those, especially those persons of color, and the African American community who have put on that uniform in spite of how this country has treated you. Those of you who have gone forth and fought and came back to a country that shielded you and that have turned their back on you after you risked your lives. This country that treated you like shit when you came back from those wars, who left you out there on the battlefields or out here to be homeless and out here without proper medical care. For those of you who put that uniform on proudly to serve this country, I salute you with every fiber of my being, because you've done something that I don't have the courage to do, and that is go out there and fight on that battlefield the way that you did. I salute you, I salute you, I salute you, and I thank you for your undying, unwavering love for your country and for loving me, for fighting for me and for my freedoms. Happy Veterans Day to all of you, and in remembrance of those who gave the ultimate. They gave their lives for this country. I salute and stand affirm in your memory, for you have not died in vain. It is for your fight that out hip-hop rappers can talk, that LGBT community can go forth, and for all other people who are fighting for to be free from oppression and all kinds of dehumanizing behaviors, I salute you for your service. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I look forward to talking to you all next week. Good night, and thank you for dishing tea with Big Meat.